for the lovely 5D person, having that whole 3-year-old heart is important, because that's the way you achieve your oneness consciousness. If you can't have the relationship with your emotional body, you're not feeling in depth. And on that note, we'll talk more about those who have a journey with a 3-year-old broken heart. Particularly, I want to share, not today though, at least one story of why the patterns of a person are very straightforward for those of us who are mystics and functional adults, with the functional adults having trauma-informed stuff. Mystics intuitively plus trauma-informed makes us whole. And so that Enlightenment Soul Age group, the Zen Masters, which is the group that we get to build together as we learn emotion regulation skills, and as you learn how to use your mindset to have those relationships minus the drama, and to notice if there's ever any stuff that comes up for that hypervigilance that does surface for those who have childhood trauma, PTSD. It's still something that a person works with great joy with the grown-ups. I say grown-ups because unconditionally loving people are grown-ups. Some will do it through their spirituality, and others through their spiritual, and others through their human stuff. But really it always is, we care about each other, and all of our relationships stay. So it doesn't matter what diagnoses may be presented to a person. We're not going to jump ship because somebody was diagnosed. We're also not going to allow a person to use their diagnosis and project to us their unfinished business, like the bad therapists who basically occupy a role and they are doing unfinished business. A good anything in profession is a person who empowers you. Those who create a dependent relationship, the silverback people, there's nothing that I personally see except for the data that they offer value, and then I know their group's pain point, because the silverback has the ability to say, oh, this is the pain point that brings us together. We have a common enemy, and here's my group. So you'll always notice those who are silverbacks, because they will create a group versus creating, we are one globe. It's a small world after all. Yes, the gooiness. Those of us who are 5D, we're gooey. We're humanity. So we bring it all together. And when we see the groups, we hear, and that's about it. We get the data point and we're able to use the data in a way that expands. That's why we have selflessness, timelessness, effortlessness, and richness in our brains as we connect and channel or connect and support. It's not a special gift. It's a field that we all can connect to, but only when you're one here. Let's get back to that emotional body, shall we? Because that's the very body that most people, when they have their silverback, they're not going here at all. The people who remain in a lower toroidal field and will, for now at least, remain in the torturous human being body, well, the somatics and sensory motor and trauma-informed experts have shared with me the data point of how your body always protects you, and there is what's called an armor, an unarmored something. I need to look it up to explain it, but I actually had a personal experience with that, and once I heard the word armor, I was like, oh, okay, that's what I was near. So 5D mystic will perceive not only the higher sense of self of a person, so everything that you can become, you're beautiful, be yourself, 3-year-old with a whole heart though, which means personal development journey, therapy journey for some, the attachment system and styles and your social system. These are all important aspects that you will get tended to with a good psych educator, or you're interested in being a human baby. Again, I give the gist of it. There are professionals that walk you through it, and that's why there's a difference between a person who knows, okay, I'm going to do therapy because I know that my window of tolerance and my day-to-day requires more of that than a personal development mentor, a consultant, a coach. I know that I want something that is a lot more in-depth because of knowing me and what I need. But that's only if you get good education on what it is to have your patterns play out And so misalignment, which is why a shaman telling you, come and get a fire ritual, no. A person who's telling you, only do yoga and you're going to have the all of what is mental health gone away, no. No, because if you don't understand what a flashback is and what's coming up, you don't have all the pieces to your story. Yoga, it's a portfolio of ventral, vagal, nervous system exercises. Mindfulness, it helps you to sit in your brain. These are very, very great to have. If you don't know what trauma memory is, if you don't know your charge states, if you don't know that you're a human baby, you don't actually have the potential to tap into more of you. That's all. So I love seeing all hands come together. And here's one more that says you're a human baby. Your 3-year-old comes always with you. They're not going to go ever away. And that's why Patrick Tiahan to me is very important. And I'm happy to see him and happy to have the name of this human being, because I've seen a lot of other therapists. I don't like them, the childhood ones. They treat you like you're some kid. He's the real deal, because it's like, here's an example of what a healed person looks like, and let's get it rolling. He's rolling with the punches. He's having fun, and he's just again. Thank you so much, Patrick. But yeah, the other ones, it's like a school teacher. So I'm like, what are you doing? You make it sound, every time I see them, I'm like, teenager, again, because it's very easy for a lot of those individuals who get told in a list what it is like to keep on doing their thing, and then to say, hey, here's what you have to do to treat me better. Not really, but so independent person here, whenever somebody has done something like that, I'm like, look, I get it. I'm not going to be able to do it, because I don't live my life with filters like this. And I'm not going to just be able to keep your emotional body. And my emotional body is here. Yours is there. So if you need somebody to pick up on pre-trigger, I can't do that for you. You're the one who has the brain to pick up on your trigger, then to say, oh, I got triggered. I'm so sorry. Or not, just fuck you, whatever. That's the whole part of being grown-ups together. So yes, to be sensitive, yes, but to actually adhere to allowing people to project, no. And that's why, like I was saying, Patrick Tiahan, the real deal, he tells people what it is to be one fallen for codependent type situation. And he mentions the holistic community trying to sell you the little magic wand. And I was like, you are so right. You know how many people, though, commented on it in a way of also saying things about like Reiki practitioners or tarot readers, which are, it's not nice, but it's true. Meaning there are a lot of people that they're sensationalizing. They don't know what they're doing because they're not conscious of their unfinished business. So it's up to us to create awareness. Any person who's a grown up, you don't even need to be told to be discerning, okay? The discerning, all these people getting, they're basically calling people stupid. Because that's what it feels like when somebody's like, oh, do you have to create all these filters? What are we doing? Are we going to be always the dictionary police? Is this what's going on? You'll always notice that the grown-ups have fun. Okay, the grown-ups, we have fun. We're not charged when it comes to information. The only people who feel that you need to spoon feed them everything, and that's where there's a lot of that right now. But that's because there's a lot of new information. And let me think. 3-year-old. So 3-year-old is what we lead with, or 2-year-old. But the nice thing about being aware of it is saying, yep, I have a subjective experience. It's called life. And I still love life. And when you meet people who don't love life, you know that they haven't regained their complete relationship. The depths of emotions. Again, for those who have childhood trauma, it's important for you to know that, because that first visitation inside of you is terror. And then from that, if you don't look at yourself with curiosity and say, wait a minute, I love having relationships. This terror, it means something different. But people love a movie, evil, devil, demon, that's what I must be, or that's what must go on. Love doesn't exist. Let me make up some bullshit sentence. All the teenagers that grew up, it's Romeo and Juliet. No, that's not love. I'm so sorry. No, it's not. Now, on a serious note, those who have human suffering, that's why good therapists can help you understand how to create a relationship with the emotional body. Once you're a 3-year-old with a whole heart, that's where the fun begins, because you can actually say, hey, here's my thoughts and feelings like a grown-up, and have the fun of a lifetime. Tango, no drama. And if we want drama, like, well, you know what? I want that drama stuff, but I don't want to do it because I've chosen to be a grown-up about it. But it's coming up, just FYI. So I might be a little bit of an asshole today.